What the heck is enmeshment? Well, today we're going to dive in and figure out what enmeshment is and how it's affecting your life and how to change it. All right, let's dig into enmeshment and define it. Okay, so when we are enmeshed, we can't discern our own individual thoughts, emotions, and energy from everyone else's thoughts, emotions, and energy. And you go, okay, well, what does that have to do with being an empath? Everything. Okay, so you want to know why you attract toxic people, codependency, people pleasing, overwhelm and burnout, struggle making boundaries, attracting past traumas and stuff. All of this is related to enmeshment. So let me share a little bit of story. So when I was finally going on my healing journey and I learned that I was an empath, the next thing I learned about is what enmeshment is and how it's affecting my life. So I knew that I had a lot of codependent behaviors like people pleasing and being tied up in everybody else's problem, always a fixer. I was kind of like a doormat, let people walk all over me. But until I understood that I was actually an empath and this enmeshment phenomena, I didn't change. I didn't know what to do and I didn't know where to start. So I want to kind of show you a little bit of how that applies and why a lot of the problems you're struggling with in relationships and with yourself have to do with enmeshment. So here's you or me. As an empath, we have this special gift, and it is a gift. At first, it seems like a curse. We have this huge antenna of like sensitivity around us. You may have been called a highly sensitive person. Well, what's happening is you can pick up on everybody else's energies and feelings, and you have a lot more sensitivity than most people, and that's why you're an empath. So when you come into somebody else's kind of their aura of feelings and thoughts and emotions, that creates an energy. And when you're around that energy, you can feel what's going on. Like sometimes you can pick up on their thoughts, you pick up on their emotions, you can tell that something's off in them. So what happens when we do that? So this is like one of the leading causes of why we do people pleasing, because if they are happy, then we are happy. Because we are feeling their feelings. So we do a lot of things just to feel better. We actually help other people feel better. But if somebody else is feeling sad or down, what is the first thing you want to do? Well, you want to go over there and fix it and take their burden off of their shoulder here and put it on your shoulder and take it on as your own. And then what about if you have people that are not treating you so nicely? You'll kind of go, ar, 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 ar. But you want to set a boundary so that you don't have to deal with that. What do you usually end up doing? You kind of just go, ah. The reason that we have a hard time setting boundaries is we don't want to have them angry at us because we actually feel their anger. And so we go, oh, never mind. I'll just let you do that to me one more time. And we give in to boundaries because we're feeling their feelings and we don't want that. Do you guys ever struggle with making a decision? Well, this is because you're enmeshed. You're enmeshed with everybody else's energy. So you want to see what Johnny thinks and what Sally thinks and everybody else's, and it's hard to discern your own thoughts because it's tied up in everybody else's. So when you have all of this energy tied up with everything else, it's going to cause you to feel overwhelmed and burned out because you're leaking energy to this person, you're leaking energy to that person, and it leaves you in a low vibration. And when you're in a low vibration, you attract other people that are a low vibration. You ever attract toxic people are attracted to you because they know that they can pull something off of you. And they want to take. And you, as an empath, you want to give until you can't give no more. And you want to fix them and you want to help them. So that's why those people want to. A lot of toxic people are very selfish and they want to take from you. And it is not a pleasant experience. And then a lot of the codependent behavior is a result of being enmeshed. So what I want you to do with this lesson, we're not going to tell you how to fix it yet. But you're going to get started with it in understanding of what's going on. So I've created this awesome, amazing assessment so that you can become aware of how enmeshed you are with people and what areas you actually struggle with. Later on in the course, we'll actually show you how to fix that. So you can grab this from the workbook. So go ahead and grab that. I'm not going to go through the questions with you, but I'm going to go through a few of them and kind of show you what it looks like. So question number 4, I feel guilty when I take time for myself instead of helping others. So because we feel guilty taking time for ourselves because, oh, somebody else needs me, somebody else needs me. So we're meshed with that and we feel like we are compelled to do that. So that's part of the enmeshment. My mood is heavily influenced on how others feel around me. You ever get kind of sad and lonely if you're around a bunch of sad and lonely people? Or do you get kind of angry and irritated if somebody else is angered and irritated? Well, that's because you're enmeshed with their energy. Okay, another one is avoiding expressing my true feelings to keep the peace. How many of you do not speak your truth? You just suck it in and don't share it because you're afraid it might ruffle somebody's feathers. And if it ruffles their feathers, then you're going to feel that anger and energy, and you don't want to do that, so you just try to stay quiet. And we already talked about the struggle to make decisions without input to others. Well, we talked about that. When you're enmeshed in everybody else's thoughts and energy, you go, oh, what does so-and-so think? What does so-and-so think? And a lot of times we end up putting on a shell around ourselves to be a chameleon to try to fit in to whatever they want us to be. Do you ever do that? Like I used to do that all the time. I tried to be the person that my wife wanted me to be rather than who I was authentically. And it made my life miserable. So this is your homework this time is to print off the assessment, and take it. And then I want you to post your ahas and things in the Facebook group and let us know what ahas did you have. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next lesson.